Oh, Wildman. What, Wildman?
Greetings and salutations, Papi.
Hey.
It's December 25th,
Christmas
2021,
Day.
Christmas Day. A day or two ago, I was crying about how for this Christmas I would be celebrating it in solitary confinement because Mom doesn't want people in her part of the house because of the Omicron variant. So I thought, for all intents and purposes, this Christmas I would be celebrating it alone. But you know what? I gave Papi a call last night. I asked him, will you come over for Christmas so I'm not celebrating it in solitary confinement? And thank you for being here.
Oh, you're welcome.
We're going...
That sounds like prison, though, solitary confinement.
To be honest with you, it often feels like nobody interacts with me in here. I mean, I know you come over, once or twice a week, and we do artwork, but for all intents and purposes, I'm in here alone. Mom doesn't interact with me. And it's just, I feel like I'm constantly in here alone, and it's really frustrating because, solitude, at this point in my life, at 34 years old, it's my responsibility to meet friends, develop a life for myself. If I'm frustrated about being solitary in here, it's not, it's nobody's responsibility to create a life for me besides myself. Nobody is preventing me from doing anything. So, I mean, I don't want to get into a therapy session, but...
But did you say for like years you wanted independence, you wanted to break away from mom, and you wanted to be by yourself, and you got that. And,
yeah,
that's a good thing. I mean, that's a good thing.
I think there's like a happy medium. Obviously, when you're in a small part of the house around your parents, and you're home all day long with parents, and you're pouring your life down the drain, and obviously everybody can get on each other's nerves. I mean, that can be really frustrating, and that was the story of my life for years. But since moving in here, I feel like nobody interacts with me. They just leave me alone. And, that's bad too. Solitude, in a way, I actually like the solitude better than, being around. But they're both bad. I think what I want is I want to develop a life with a woman. I want to start a family. I want to get independent from my parents, and that maybe that will be my New Year's resolution for 2021.
Yeah, you shouldn't look at the fact that you're here by yourself. I mean, that's a positive thing. I mean, and
look at all the progress I made in 2021, for example. I took a comedy class twice. Actually, I took the class twice. I successfully did stand-up comedy. I think I don't want to sound grandiose and call myself the funniest person in the class, but I think I was, very, very funny, and the comedy performance was successful. So it goes to show, when I put myself out there in the real world and interact with people, I can succeed. And the same is true for my artwork, the drawings I do. Let me show you. I make lots of artwork. Bam, 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 bam. And,
not the small ones. Talk to us about those.
Yeah, the small works. Yeah, so I sold some artwork at the Fountain House Gallery, and unfortunately I can't make money from it because I will lose food stamps. This is what Mom says. I mean, I want to make the money because like pretty much $400 is like half the money I make in disability monthly. So it would be a shame to throw this money in the trash and not claim it. But obviously, I don't want to lose my disability money either. So I mean.
Yeah, you got to work with them and try to figure out.
Yeah, I mean, in a way, I don't know, but I would love to. Obviously, the money I made selling my artwork isn't life-changing money. It's not going to make me, in Hollywood movies, make me a millionaire. But it would be nice to go out to an expensive restaurant to celebrate my accomplishment. I'm selling artwork. That's something to be proud of. And I would love to get like a nice fancy meal and say, "Wow, look at the huge accomplishment," right?
Of course, yeah.
I mean that's something to be proud of.
Of course.
Okay, so what do you want to talk about for Christmas? This is my story, and I mean we don't have to do a therapy session on camera, but
No, we were just talking about life, how it exists. But we celebrated Christmas yesterday, Christmas Eve, right?
Yeah.
And we're continuing today, Christmas Day, and yeah, it's nice that we can be together. That we're still close enough that we can see each other on both Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. So I like that.
Right.
And we get to wear our Christmas hats.
We get to wear our Christmas hats, yeah,
Yep.
and celebrate the holiday together. Yeah, but hopefully, as I was saying earlier, I mean, I think the natural progression of life. I mean, at 34 years old, obviously everybody wants their parents in their life. To the day,
and your parents don't go away. I mean, they'll always be there for you.
But I think most 34-year-old men want to be in a relationship. I mean, obviously, and a lot of 34-year-old men want to start a family. They want independence. They don't want to be, financially dependent. I mean, mom says the government, but in a way, this is a house of cards. I would not be able to afford this apartment without my mom. So, I am financially dad. So I am financially dependent on my parents. So, yeah, I mean, getting independent is my goal, and I've made tremendous strides going out into the real world and socializing, meeting friends. I made so many friends this year thanks to going to the psychosocial clubhouse, the Fountain House. Prior to meeting, going to the Fountain House, I had no friends. I mean, I had some fair weather friends that I interacted with very infrequently, but there was like a void. There was like an emotional emptiness there.
But just you having said that, look at all the positive that you have done over the last year or so.
Right.
And even getting independent, even like living by yourself, meeting new friends, going to the Fountain House, expanding yourself in that respect.
Right.
And and each thing you do makes you more and more independent. So instead of like looking at it as you're not as independent as you want, look at the strides you've made toward your independence.
Exactly.
So I mean, instead of looking at it as a negative thing or being isolated in solitary confinement, I mean, look at all the positives instead of the negatives.
Exactly. And I've 2021 was a really successful year for me with the comedy, with meeting new friends, with selling my artwork. Hopefully 2022, I get even more independent and socialize more.
Yep.
And hopefully I'll look back on the mental illness nightmare and say, wow, that was a hard time I went through. But you know what? I've come back with determination and transformed my life.
Exactly. And that's all positive.
Merry Christmas! That is what it is!